Today, we're diving into something I think is absolutely essential, a roadmap to what you could call inner freedom. You know, in a world that is just so full of noise, finding your own sense of peace is everything. And we're about to explore 5 keys that can really help you get there.
I mean, it's a question we all have to ask ourselves, right? We are just constantly hit with information, with notifications, with demands on our time. It's so easy to feel completely lost in all of it. But what if the answer isn't about trying to silence the entire world? What if it's about finding that quiet place that already exists inside of you?
And that leads us perfectly to our very first key, finding your inner anchor. Just think of it like that, an anchor for your soul, something that holds you steady, no matter how wild the storm gets outside. And this really lays out the central conflict, doesn't it? On one side, you have all that external noise, the information overload, the constant distractions. And on the other, you have the peace you can build inside. You see, true peace isn't about escaping the noise. It's about learning to manage your emotional response to it. And, this is the big one, finally being able to hear your own inner voice.
Okay, so how do we actually do that, especially when you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious? Well, it's actually way simpler than you might think. Step 1, just breathe. A real deep breath. It literally tells your nervous system that you're safe. Step 2, consciously slow everything down. Your movements, your thoughts. And finally, step 3, listen. Not to the chaos outside, but to that quiet voice inside. It is such a powerful, grounding practice.
And this is really the heart of it all. Your worth, your value as a person. It isn't defined by your job or your followers or what anyone else thinks. It comes from within. It comes from your kindness, your wisdom, and your courage. Those are the things that are truly you. They're your real anchors.
All right, on to our second key. And this one tackles something that causes so much inner turmoil for so many of us. That relentless, exhausting pressure to be perfect.
I really want you to just sit with this for a second. We are taught our whole lives to hide our flaws, to see them as failures, as something to be ashamed of. But this idea, it flips that completely on its head. Your so-called imperfections are the very things that make you human. They make you relatable. They make you you. They aren't liabilities. They are literally your story. So what does this look like in the real world? It means you have to stop that harsh inner critic. I mean, think about it. Would you ever talk to your best friend the way you sometimes talk to yourself? Of course not. So why not offer yourself that same compassion? That's where real inner strength is unlocked. Next up is a practice that has the power to literally rewire your brain for happiness, and that is gratitude. And it's not just some nice, fluffy idea. Neuroscience actually shows that when you consistently focus on what you're thankful for, you strengthen the neural pathways associated with positivity. It's amazing.
You know, there are really 2 fundamentally different ways to view the world. You've got the lack mindset, which is always focused on what's missing, always chasing some future happiness that, let's be honest, never really seems to arrive. But then you have the abundance mindset, and that's fueled by gratitude. It shifts your focus to everything you already have, right here, right now. And that simple shift, it's revolutionary.
And hey, gratitude isn't just for the big, life-changing moments. It's found in the small things, the little details we so often overlook. That first ray of sun in the morning, a meal someone made for you, a quick text from a friend. When you start actively looking for these little moments of beauty, you'll find that your world is already overflowing with them.
Now, building on that foundation of gratitude actually prepares you for our 4th key. Because once you feel anchored and once you feel grateful for what you have, you're ready to grow. And real, meaningful growth, it only ever happens in one place, outside of your comfort zone. We all love our comfort zones, don't we? I mean, they feel safe, they're predictable, but there's a hidden danger there. Nothing really grows. It's a place where our potential and our dreams just kind of go to sleep. Real growth always begins right at the edge of what feels comfortable. And stepping outside that zone doesn't have to be some terrifying leap of faith. It can be a small, deliberate step. Maybe it's finally signing up for that class you've been curious about, or just introducing yourself to someone new, or maybe it's just speaking up in a meeting when you normally wouldn't. Each one of those small acts expands your world just a little bit more.
And here's the thing you have to remember. The outcome doesn't matter nearly as much as the attempt. Whether you succeed or fail is completely beside the point. The courage it takes to just step out there is the victory. Every single time you do it, you're making an investment in a stronger, more resilient future you.
Okay, this brings us to our final and, maybe the most powerful key of them all. This is the engine that drives everything else. It's the core idea that your internal world directly, and I mean directly, shapes your external reality.
This is the central truth of the whole thing. Your thoughts aren't just passively observing your life, they're actively building it brick by brick. What you consistently think, you will eventually become. Your beliefs are what set the limits or the endless possibilities of your world.
And you can see this principle right here in action. It's so simple but so profound. If your internal monologue is always, "I can't," your brain's job becomes finding all the evidence to prove you right. It will seek out obstacles. But if you just shift that to "I can," or even "How can I?" you give your brain a totally new instruction. Now its job is to find solutions. It starts seeing opportunities where it used to only see walls.
So we're going to end with this question, a question for you. It's not about what's happened in the past. It's about what you choose to create from this moment forward. These 5 keys, your inner anchor, embracing imperfection, gratitude, courage, and the power of your own belief, they're in your hands now. The only real question left is, where will you let them take you?